Hey, I'm Bobby Hamilton, co-founder of CopperPoint, and this is a video series that we've put together to help contractors better understand their options about the future of their business. Whether that be selling, partnering, staying put, whatever it looks like, we'll be digging into lots of conversations, lots of topics, just to give you as much information as possible to hopefully help you make the best possible decision for yourself, for your family, and for your employees. There really are no two exactly the same situations. Anywhere, any business, there are no two alike. It's just like customers on service calls. They're not exactly the same, but there are certain patterns that tend to repeat. So a few of those are, if I think about it, they kind of break down into four unique categories of business owners. Example would be somebody who's in a high growth company, and these companies are awesome, and they've demonstrated that they have the ability to do high levels of growth compared to the industry year over year. So with Nexstar, I worked with a lot of high growth companies, and I would see it all the time, and these guys are doing amazing things. They're growing at unbelievable percentages of growth, doing fantastic net profit. I used to think that it would almost be crazy for somebody like that to take on a partner because they were already doing so well on their own. But what I've learned is how much more effective they could be, how much faster they could actually scale what they're doing if they just had access to more capital, to more resources to be able to do what they want to do even faster. So I've seen some really impressive growth plans and goals from business owners all over the world. And a lot of them are executing on those. But just imagine if you could get there in 2/3 or even half the time, what it would be like for you, for your family, and for your employees. The other people that I talk to often are in retirement situations where they know that they've got a couple of years left, but they're not quite to the point that they're ready to actually leave. For me, if you're in that situation and you're not already talking to somebody about your next step, you're crazy, because you're never going to get maximum value for your company at the last day. We hear about people doing quote unquote like walk-away deals all the time and getting decent value from it. But if you really want to make sure that you're in the best possible place when you are ready to retire and you're not already talking to somebody, again, please make that happen, because it's going to create way better experience for the rest of your team and also help you maximize the value of your business. Business owners that have found themselves in kind of a lifestyle business type of a situation, they're good. They don't really need a partner. They're making good money, bills are paid, employees are happy, things are great. A lot of people in that situation feel like if they were to take on a partner, then it would almost be like them having a boss. Where really, I feel like the exact opposite is the truth. When you take on a partner, or at least a partner like CopperPoint, our whole plan is to help increase your autonomy, to give you as much freedom so that you can immediately augment your lifestyle, diversify the rest of your investments, de-risk the business itself, and continue to grow to create more upside in the future, meanwhile creating even more personal and individual freedom for yourself. And the other one might be somebody who's in more of a generational situation. Now, generational situations are pretty close to home for me because that was our situation. And of all of the generational situations that you could ever really engineer, ours might be the weirdest, because how do you split up a company among 12 kids? So my dad got to a point where the best way to take care of the people that had been in the business and those that hadn't been in the business was to set up a deal where he could kind of liquefy everything and everything would be equal. Now, the kids that had worked in the business didn't feel like we deserved more than our younger siblings just because we had worked there. We had a job, like we had gotten paid. But it would have been great if there was a way that we would have been able to stay on and continue to capture growth and upside in that business. So one of the things that we've really wanted to do with CopperPoint is to be able to provide options for business owners and their families that might have a different breakdown of kids that are in the business versus ones that aren't, family that wants to continue moving forward, maybe some that don't, and to be able to really custom fit deal structures to fit families' exact situations. And even in the way that we operate, we know that no two companies are exactly the same, and we don't have a one-size-fits-all, here's a bunch of assimilation, here's what has to be done, do it our way. Rather, we've actually engineered it to create as much freedom and as much autonomy for the owners to grow their business in a sustainable way that their employees can be proud of being a part of. So for somebody who might be ready to exit and they might not have another generation that they want to pass it on to or whatnot, we want to make sure that we're able to retain as much of the core team as possible so that we can help them to just advance their legacy so that the company gets to continue going and they can continue to capture the upside beyond just a one-time payment type of a situation. If that sounds interesting, definitely reach out. Phone number's on the screen. You can send us an email. We'd love to talk about how this might work for you specifically.